This goes to IAM 751. And people who have been watching my videos, I got my response back from John Holden. Isn't that nice? The president of IAM 751. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think he's wearing a catheter, or, I don't think he ever goes to the toilet from what Lloyd said to me this morning. He's very busy. He can't see you. Ladies and gentlemen of IAM 751, my name is Daryl Guberman. I'm the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC in Connecticut. I traveled 3,000 miles to watch you, to visit with you. Kayla, I appreciate you. You brought me to the Union Hall. I appreciate what you did. I met Tony then. Tony, wonderful guy. And then I met Jackie yesterday. And then Joe the day before that. And I've traveled to 4 or 5 sites where people are striking. I will tell you this. John Holden is not a leader. I've got a lot of pressure on me, a lot of stress. Hold on a sec. You have a guy who knows the idiosyncrasies of Boeing and its quality FUPA. You have a guy who knows, and just like you do too, Boeing employees, but we have the documentation. We have hard proof. All the rumors that you think about and heard about are fucking true. And the reason why I can say fucking is because Patrick Shanahan, the new CEO over at Spirit Aerospace Systems, said that about the F-35 when he was asked as Deputy Secretary of Defense under Donald Trump. That's what he said. He's a 30-year-plus former employee at Boeing. When he became the Deputy Secretary of Defense, I'm sure there was a jealous person in the ranks who said, oh, he's probably going to be rubbing shoulders against the general and try to sell Boeing product. So he got inquisitioned, and in that inquisition, they asked him, how do you think about the F-35 Lockheed product? And he said, it's fucked up. The program's fucked up. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. In 2013, that aircraft had 719 rejections, 100 of which would cause loss of aircraft, loss of pilot. 2024, it's got 821. In quality, as we all believe, in continuous improvement. Well, you know why? Probably because they're ANSI ANAP accredited, like Boeing. Boeing sits on their board, sits on constriction. And not only that, the DOJ, who's telling us that Boeing lied about the FAA, he didn't lie about the FAA. The FAA lied Boeing lied to the FAA. No, Boeing didn't lie to the FAA. Boeing is a agency of the FAA from 2009 to 2019. And then, isn't that nice? An FAA guy came out and wrote and says, the FAA would never allow anybody to police or self-certify. So I'm going to read you. This video today is a follow-up to my wanting, I came out here for 3,000 miles to help you, ladies and gentlemen. I find out that these people at this level, okay, Lloyd and John, and I don't know who else, those are important people that I've met, I think that Lloyd is, that, when I walked in there and met with Lloyd, he already had his mind made up. I showed him, nobody does this. Stand up at Congress, stand up on Capitol Hill when not invited to speak. I did because I care about you. I didn't realize you were going to go on strike, IAM 751, but I just don't care about you. I care about the passengers, okay? I was there exposing the factor that Boeing gave up on-site auditing for 22 years. I've had people who tell me who were striking, we get parts in and they don't fit the product. We get parts in and we have to scrap them. We get parts in and they're all, more than likely, ANSI ANAP accredited. Isn't that nice? And Boeing doesn't have to go. It's like this. In April of 2002, they came out with PRI. Oh, this is it, sorry. PRI. They came out with PRI for special process, heat treat, welding, non-destructive testing, right? Send in your cert, send your parts. We don't have to come visit you. And don't think that Boeing is the only one. Major aerospace companies throughout the world do the same shit. Here you go. Certification, AS9100, has to be ANSI ANAP, right? ANSI ANAP. Boeing sits on the board, the management committee that can grant, suspend, or withdraw certification. They took that down. They took that down because I exposed that. I exposed the impropriety there, and it's absolutely abominable what is going on here in the formulation of quality certifications and quality at Boeing. And here it is. They took this down. This is actually the web page that shows Boeing on there. Okay, you try to find this, it's not there. So Boeing called them out in the supplier bulletin, 2002 supplier portal, and also the management committee that I just showed you. So let me read you what Lloyd sent me. And this today is about QA expert Daryl Guberman travels 3,000 miles and he exposes John Holden, IAM 751 president, for his lack of leadership. And it's true. Let me just say this. I'm going to ask you a question. Please answer in your comments. If you had something and a person, man or woman, travels all that distance to see you, not invited, not anything else, but just, wouldn't you think that he had something important to say? Wouldn't you think that he might be able to add something, even if he doesn't? Just meet with him. I spent my own money, got my ticket. I flew on Airbus, not much different than Boeing, but they got fined in 2020 $3.9 billion for bribing companies. Yeah, that's true. So let me read you what Daryl Lloyd wrote back. And John Holden proves his integrity of leadership. He's not a good leader. Not a good leader. It's like Kelly Oatberg. I guess it's pervasive throughout leadership nowadays. Kelly Oatberg, he's the new CEO. He's had Rockwell Collins. Everybody keeps it cool. Nobody knows that under his leadership that the MCAS system was designed, manufactured, and implemented, and it killed 300 plus people. Are you kidding me? And he goes there, and during the first 2 or 3 weeks of the strike, he buys a house. He has no empathy, no moral character. And I guess John has the same thing, because John should have met with me, at least even if he blew me off. I'm doing this because I want to show you union people. And I'll tell you something, every place that I went, you didn't have anything good to say about John. When he was by Dennis Muhlenberg, I came out with videos that felt that he was in bed with Muhlenberg. That's what I said. It's my feeling, right? That's what it is. And then I tried to educate them, saying that they have to get away from ANSI ANAP because what is happening is very bad, okay, with their quality, with Boeing's quality, okay? ANSI ANAP, if it's ANSI ANAP accredited, you are not getting a good product out the door. And that's, I always have friends of mine, Daryl, my supplier's ISO certified, but I get crap in here. You know what it is? It is not the certificate that makes the company. It's the company and its personnel to make the certificate, okay? And it's not the size of the dog in the fight that counts. It's the size of fighting the dog. So let me tell you about Lloyd there. Lloyd or whatever his name is. Hello, Daryl. I spoke to John Holden. I have passed the information, including your business card, on to him. He said that he does not have time to meet with you with everything that has been going on with the labor dispute with Boeing. You mean to tell me he doesn't take a pee or take a shit? Oh my God. He said he will call you at some point in future. Yeah, we've heard that. You've heard that before, right? But it will not be before this contract offer is voted and determinations made by this membership. If they are going to ratify this offer or reject it, okay? That's what he said. And let me just tell you this. Whether it's ratified or not, you still have a bad atmosphere, a very depressing atmosphere within the shop floor put on you by the leadership. That comes from leadership. If you have poor leadership, you have poor morale. That's the way it goes. Something, if you don't fertilize your crops, you'll never get good crop yields. So let me tell you something, a little bit from Sun Tzu of The Art of War. And this is what management never does. You treat your workers as if they are your children and they will walk into hell and back again. That is a factor. So I'm telling you about John Holden and Lloyd. Tony is a great guy. But these others, do not ratify the contract. Contact me and get me back here, because what we have here is the truth. What John Holden brings to the table, I know he tried to force the first contract down. Unbelievable. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS, @yahoo.com. I thank you immensely, and I am 751. God bless you.